Hey guys. All right. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys. Hold on, let me just get the camera right here. I'm going to be teaching you about the magpole. So here today I'm going to be using the monster magpole. This is the largest size magpole that the company sells. This magpole goes to 23 feet high, and then that's also it depends also on how tall you are. So it basically it's be an extension of your height, and it can go higher. You have one, two, three, four, five different areas where you can extend the magpole. You should start always extending the magpole from the top of the magpole here. And then you go lower and lower and lower. Today I'm working with I want to say maybe 16 feet in height. I'm gonna like look up a little bit and show you guys how tall the ceiling is here. And so I'm gonna definitely need a magpole to get up there I'm gonna definitely need a magpole to get up there to get to the ceiling. So back to the magpole. I just wanted to show you all the features of the magpole. On the bottom here, you're going to see this rubber etching that it has here. This basically is to grip the floor. So you always want to keep your magpole grounded on the floor. You don't really want to when you're using a magpole, you don't really want to like stretch it. You want to try to keep it on the floor and let the magpole do what it's supposed to do, which is extend to the ceiling. Right here is the mag remover. So I'm going to unscrew this. This right here is what you're going to be using to actually attach your magnets to the ceiling. So when you get it, it's going to be turned faced in on both sides. So what you're going to do is turn it out so that you can have it out. Then you're going to put it back on. Just going to twist it really quickly to make sure that it's tight. So this spring right here takes the magnets on and off, and I'm going to be showing you once I start working of it going on and off. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to extend this magpole. Again, I'm going to start from the top and I'm going to extend. So I'm going to back up a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. So I'm going to extend and I'm going to stop at the top part. So if you guys can see, it still hasn't touched the ceiling. So that means I need to go another step up. So I don't want it to touch all the way to the ceiling because as you guys can see, I just need to come right here to take off what I have. So I'm going to back the camera up a little bit because I want to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Okay. And before I continue, guys, I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Deshe. I'm a balloon artist. My company name is Deshe Decoro. Deshe Decoro. I'm here doing this live today for having a party and also for Clik magnets. So let's get into the tutorial. So again, so now that I have it extended where I need it to be, I'm going to pull it down just a little bit because I went too tall. And I'm going to, hold on. I'm going to now go in using the spring that I was telling you that's extended. I'm going to go into the hole that's there on the magnet. I'm going to make sure I put the springs inside of the magnet and then I'm going to pull down. When I pull down, that should bring the item that I want down. So I'm just going to bring it back. And so this is where I am now. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so that you guys can see what actually just happened. So I'm going to pull this off. So this is the magnet that we are using today. I'm going to get a little bit closer. This is the magnet here. It can hold up to 50 pounds, but this is the balloon and it barely weighs anything. But just so you know, this can hold a lot of weight. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put the magnet back on like so. I'm going to make sure that the ring is hanging here and that I have the longer part of the click inserted inside of the hole. And I'm also going to take that back out because I want to make sure that you guys are actually seeing what I'm talking about. So if you look, you can see a hole right there, and that's where I'm inserting this part of the click, this right here inside. So I'm going to insert it again. Oops. And I'm going to let that ring to the side hang like so. So now I'm going to go back again and I'm going to attach this to the ceiling. So we kind of went backwards the first time. I already had it installed, so I took it down to then show you guys. So I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to go slowly. We don't want the magnet to fall down. Okay, so here we are. So we're going to go a little bit higher, probably just one notch. And I'm going to come back and show you guys about the notches on the magpole. And here we are. So we shouldn't really have to lift too much. It's going to lift just a little bit. And here you go. You're actually going to hear the magnet hitting the ceiling when it actually attached. So the magpole, the reason why it's called magpole is because the mag in magpole means magnet. So when you're attaching something to the ceiling, you need to have some type of magnet or some type of like steel or metal for the magnet to adhere to. So now I'm just going to take this off and we're going to go through the motions of actually making something and actually putting it back up. So I already had some pre-made ornaments that I made earlier. I made a present and then I actually made an ornament. So we're gonna go through the motions and actually put it up there so you guys can see what it is. This is another product that Clik has. It's called Loop Line. So it's also it's basically also similar to using fishing line, but I find that the loop line from Clik is even better, only because you can get an exact count of how you're putting your item in the ceiling. So what I mean by that is it has grooves in it that show. So as you can see, I'm not gonna get close enough. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're going to go to 17. So I find that when I do my installs, a lot of the times, even though I try to make sure that they're perfect, sometimes I have this effect. And I wanted to show you guys what I mean by this effect right here. So you see this one is longer, this one is shorter, and this one is longer. When you're doing an install, let's say you're doing a car dealership, for example, you always want to make sure that when the balloons are in the ceiling, that they all are at a level pace. So that's why this loop line here makes great sense. So that's basically you could be counting before you even put it in the ceiling. So I counted 17, so that's what I'm going to use. You just take a scissor, you cut right there in the middle of the one that you're not going to be using, like so. I'm going to be using this balloon here where I'm going to be attaching. I'm going to go in from the middle point. I'm going to go in. I'm going to wrap the loop line around, and I'm going to make a quick knot. I would suggest that you do a double knot to just make sure that you're securing what you put in the ceiling. You'll never want it to fall on your guests or your clients. I also advise that you make sure that when you're tying it, that you get it in the middle of whatever piece that you're trying to put in the air. So it's best if you put it directly in the middle. So I think right here is a good start, what we have. So it's in the middle. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to grab one of the Clik magnets. I'm going to get closer I'm just gonna do again another double knot. One and two. Any excess you should cut off. You always want to make sure that your work looks neat. So you're going to cut off any excess there, like so. So this is what it should look like. It should look as neat as this. No extra anything on it, just like so. Okay. I know this looks a little bit, you can actually see it, but once it goes in the ceiling, it pretty much it doesn't really show. It's supposed to give the illusion of something hanging. So if looking at this live right now from here and I'm looking in the camera, you don't really, I mean, this one you can see, but those back there you really can't see. And that's the purpose of it being clear, is to give the illusion that it's floating in the air. So now I'm gonna grab my mag pole again. I'm gonna apply my mag mover until it stops. I'm gonna make sure that it's locked in tight. Again, I'm gonna put this on the top. I'm gonna push it in. And then I'm gonna raise it up from the top. So before I even raise this to the top, I just want to also tell you guys, never, unless you know the ceiling is like, this ceiling right here is kind of short, never try to raise it from the bottom one. Always start from the top and then go down. Never start from here, because if you start from here, it's going to raise to the top and you won't be able to extend it. You're going to have to bring it right back down. So the best thing to do is start from the top and work your way down. So again, I'm going to go back again into the ceiling. Okay. And I'm going to attach this right here. There you go. So that's pretty much how you would attach the magnets. If you guys have any questions, I would like you to wait to the end of the live, and then I'll answer all the questions that you may have in regards to the magpole and it going up, me attaching things, where exactly, just in case you didn't see, where exactly it gets attached to here. I'll answer all your questions after. I have a few other products from Clik that I'm also going to be talking about today so that you guys can see it. I'm just going to bring the camera a little bit closer so you guys, I don't have to keep walking back and forth. So you can just be close. So here's a smaller mag remover. This is a dual mag remover. And I'm going to explain to you what this dual mag remover does. So in the event that you have a sign that you guys want to put up that basically has, I'm going to put this here. Can you see that? Yeah. That has a triangular, that's pretty much, let me see if I could maybe, a sign that basically has 2 points that has, so let's say you have a sign and it has 2 holes in it, and then you tie a hole here and sorry, not a hole, excuse me, you tie the fishing line on one side and also on the other side. This pretty much basically adheres to it and it holds the sign up, and that's how you would put it in the ceiling. At the end, if you have questions, I'm going to go deeper into it if you have any questions about it. But that's the reason why you have two springs here. That's the reason for that. So this right here is the tab guards. They're clear, non-tear, reinforceable circles. They pretty much what they do is to stick onto the balloons, and if you need to adhere something to it, you just pretty much stick it together like so, and it basically sticks together. So I'm just going to show you this up close so you can actually see it. These are just some additional items that Clik sells that I'm just showing you guys about. Another item that Clik has are the mini click magnets. There's a big caution sign on there, so just I want you guys to make sure that you read the caution sign and don't do the things that it says not to do. This is pretty much just like another Clik magnet. It's just a smaller one. This is considered the mini one. Here is a more standardized Clik right here. This one here holds 10 pounds, excuse me, 5 pounds right here. And this is the more traditional Clik that you guys usually would see. I'm going to show you the one that we use today, the one that holds 50 pounds. And then this is the mini version of it. So there's three different actual Clik magnets here. So here's the one that the traditional one that usually is used. Well, they all are used, and let me not say traditional, but the one that we see the most would be this one right here. Then we have the one that holds the heavier weight, and then we have the mini. They pretty much will all be used on the Magpul the same exact way. Again, you just put them, let me get lower, let me get this a little bit lower. You would just put them inside here like so, let it hang, and then push up, and then put it in. I myself like to use this one here. You push it in that groove, like I said, and look, fits like a glove. It's perfect. This is what I use when I work at some of the car dealerships to put on, the balloons there. So those are a couple of items that Clik has. So I'm just going to do a super quick tutorial on the balloon present that I have that I put up there today, and then we're going to put it up one more time so that you guys can see it, and then you guys can ask any questions that you would like to ask. So I'm just going to move all these things away. Just give me 1 second. Right. All right. So we're just going to make the presents that you guys see that I used in the ceiling just now. So I'm just going to inflate 2 11-inch. That didn't mean for that to happen. But we're going to push in. We're going to make sure that our balloons are rounded. And we're just going to basically eye these. This is just a quick tutorial so you guys can see it. I'm going to take 2 dupes. I'm going to just quad it. I'm just going to put that aside really quick. I'm now going to inflate my 5 inches. Just going to do that quickly. Usually you would size everything that you're doing, but we're just going to do this really quick. So we're going to inflate a 5-inch, make them into dupes. And then I'm going to quad it. I'm going to grab 2 more balloons. 1 second. I'm going to put you guys just a little bit closer so that you can actually see what I'm doing. All right. We're going going to quad that up now like so. I'm just going to move this out the way. I'm going to put the other small 5-inch quad on there, and I'm just going to wrap it around. Okay. Just to lock it in. Make sure that you put it the opposite way of the other one so that it looks like it's like interlocking inside of it. I'm going to put the top piece portion on. I'm going to wrap the balloon again around the 5-inch. Bring it through. We can do the 8 method. Just wrap it around. The figure 8, excuse me. Okay, so as you can see, there it is. Now I'm just going to inflate the 260. I'm going to inflate 4 of them. This is a really cute idea, guys, if you're doing like a holiday party, just a present. I actually did this for a dealership that I did recently, and it was such a cute idea for the holidays. So I'm gonna just inflate the last one, and then we're gonna start. Okay, here's the last one. Okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna knot the 2 of the 260s together like so. We're gonna take both of the 260s now and wrap them together. Just intertwine them in every direction. Just wrap it. It won't hurt. How many times you wrap it? But about 8 times is a good count. So now you're gonna put it on the base like so. You're gonna flip it over, and you're gonna bring your 2 ends like this. You're gonna interlock them. You're just gonna wrap them together until they're locked in like this. Do a couple more times for safe measure. On the other side now, you're going to intertwine it, lock it in, and then once you have 2 of them like this, you're gonna just push it together and interlock it all together. So then you should have 4 pieces on the top, like so. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie the ends of this together, and we're gonna push it down. We're making the bow of the present, and we're gonna just wrap the ends around the other 2 pieces that we have. Okay, you're gonna take the final 2 that we have, we're gonna tie it, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna push down, and then we're gonna wrap this around. All right, so you're gonna have a couple of loose ends there. What you're gonna do is just tie them together. Make sure that you tie all of them at some point, just to lock it in. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So here's your cute Christmas present that you're gonna put into your ceiling to wow your client and your guests. So now, again, I'm gonna grab. You're gonna grab the loop line. Let's count a count of 17. I'm gonna do that quickly. 17, and then we're gonna cut again in the middle. of the 17th. So now, just for the people that came in late to the live, we're gonna have, this is a loop line, and loop. The purpose of loop line is so that you know exactly how long and tall your line is. So if usually you would have used fishing line, you would literally have to measure everything. With loop line, you don't have to measure. What you would pretty much do is just count it, and then you know exactly how much it is. So all of your pieces that you have in the ceiling should be exactly the same. So I'm gonna wrap this around. I'm gonna give two good ties to it. So that's one and two. All right, I'm gonna make sure that I position it in the middle. Make sure it's in the middle because you don't want to have an item that you have like leaning to the side. That doesn't look good. You want to make sure that it looks straight and that it's perfectly proportioned and perfectly shaped. So I'm gonna back up the camera so that I can make sure that you guys see how I'm putting this in the ceiling. So now I'm gonna use the traditional magnet, my favorite, one of my personal favorite. Also, I just want to let you guys know that the reason for the mag pole pretty much is so that we guys don't have to get on the ladder anymore and we could be more safe and, not falling. I don't know if you guys have ever fell off of a ladder trying to get into the ladder, trying to flip backwards and stuff like that. Because there's been time I haven't fallen yet, but there's been times where I've been like literally in the air going backwards. But the mag pole pretty much, it prevents that you from falling. You now have a safer way to use the pole to get your balloons in the ceiling. So I'm going to tie this two times. I haven't tied it once, guys. I'm contributing that to my nervousness right now. Okay, so here it is. So I did two knots. I'm now going to get the mag pole. We just made a cute gift for your client. We're going to now we're going to put the part that's sticking out inside of the hole here, and it's going to fit literally like a glove. This is very important. I remember when I first started using the mag pole, I did not know what I was doing. I didn't watch a tutorial. I just went on the job, and I thought this is going to be easy. So just make sure, guys, that you're putting this pointy part of the magnet inside of the hole here. It fits. And if it doesn't click in, that means you didn't push it in the right way. So make sure that you push it in the right way. Okay, there it goes. Perfect. So now, again, I'm going to extend the top one up to the max. And I'm going to lock it in. And then I'm going to do it one more time, just one more time to lock it in. Okay. And then I'm just going to take the magpole and voila. Pretty much, that's how you use the magpole, guys. If you guys have any questions, now will be the time to ask. And I'll answer. Hi, Diamond. How are you? Hi, Larry. All right. I guess everybody has an understanding. I didn't get any questions. If you have a question, now will be the time to ask. What are the coils for? I missed that. I missed it. Please do once again. All right. I'm gonna. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna do it again one more time. Someone missed it, so you guys can see it really quickly. I'm going to use a standard Clik right here. It's right here. I already have some pre-made items that I made just for you guys to do this live today. So I have this ornament that I made earlier, so I'm just going to quickly do it one more time so you guys can see it. I hope everybody that's here. What did you say? Thank you. I hope everybody that's on is able to see. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay. So I'm going to be using Loop Line, which is a product of Clik, which makes it way easier to use to hang items because it shows you basically how the height, and it makes sure that every time you put something up, it's the exact height that you're supposed to have it. That's the point of the Loop Line. I'm going to adhere the loop line to the center of the item that I'm going to be putting up right now because we want to make sure that it's in the middle, not to the side, not leaning. Everything needs to be in the middle. I suggest that you double tie. You can always double tie because you want to make sure that the item is secure and not falling down. You don't want anything to fall down on the client. You want to make sure that anything that you put in the ceiling that it stays there. Okay. So now we have the Clik tied to the loop line that's tied to the balloon here. That's tied to your ornament that you're gonna have in the ceiling. This is the mag remove. This is the mag pole. It goes 23 feet high in the air, and here's your mag mover. Excuse me. This piece right here is what you attach and how you detach your items from the ceiling. So for those who did not see, if you look in the middle there, you'll see that there's a hole in there. This is where you attach the Clik magnets to. So I'm going to put the Clik magnet. So it's like a input type of thing. Like you see, it's like a long stick and there's a hole. So I'm going to put the stick in the hole. There you go, like so. You're going to make sure that this ring here is just hanging. Can you guys see that? I want you to see it so when you're using it, you guys can make sure you're doing it properly. Yeah, there it goes. Perfect. You see how like it just fits like a glove in there? That's how it should fit, okay? So now I'm going to push the top one up to its max height. For those who weren't here, never never extend from the bottom. Always extend from the top, moving down, never from the bottom. Because if you do it from the bottom, then it'll go to whatever height that it goes to, but then you won't be able to raise it higher than what it is. So now I'm just gonna basically push this here, and you're gonna hear a pop. That's the magnet adhering to the metal. Also, I'm going to say this again. I probably said this like 3 times already, but the mag pole is called a mag pole because it's a magnet and it needs to be adhered to metal or anything. Yeah, pretty much metal. So it's a magnet, metal, click. So I'm going to see what this person says. More of a suggestion. Would you consider sliding in the loop line into the ring instead of tying? Wait, would you consider sliding? What do you mean by that? Sliding. So here's the loop line. So you're suggesting that we slide it into the Clik. Let me grab a Clik so we could test out your theory really quick. So my suggestion would be to tie it so that you can make sure that it's secure. Personally, what happened to me one time was one of my balloons fell off of the Clik. So I would suggest double knotting it just to be safe so that it does not fall out or fall down from when you place it up. Does anyone have any other questions? All right, Mrs. Daydream. Yes, you definitely should buy your magpole. Make sure you get it from having a party. and talk to Austin, Larry, or Joe about how to use it. They gave me my tutorial there. All right, guys. If any, does anyone have any more questions? All right. So if you guys don't have any more questions, thank you for tuning in. Again, my name is Deshe from Deshe Decoro. Make sure that you buy all your products from Having a Party. And don't forget, after this live is over, the first 15 people that order from Having a Party and put the code in Deshe will be in the runnings to get a free item from Clik. You guys know, if you don't know, the items from Clik are, they're kind of pricey, but they're a good asset if you are a balloon artist. So just make sure that you shop at Having a Party, put the code in Deshay, and get a chance to win an item from Clik. It was a pleasure showing you guys how to use a click magnet, how to use a magpole, excuse me. And thank you for joining in. Bye.